close people that are watching, and they're pissed because of the simple fact that they don't have any leverage anymore. They have no more leverage. They can't say Orlando's on drugs.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Well, then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think the movement is... Okay.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people. So how they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right?
I'm trying to take away from Nicki. She's the greatest female rapper of all time.
Nicki's tired. Give your break. If you understood how much your hates you, you would hate your back.
So after years of being called crazy, Orlando Brown is finally opening up about the celebrities and politicians he saw at Epstein's Island. And the list is way more shocking than you think. But that is not even the craziest part about all this. Apparently, a good number of them actually got themselves infected with some nasty diseases that they still live with to this day. Mind you, this ain't the first time Orlando has spoken about this. He has been at it for decades, but no one believed him. And now with the Epstein files out, it really looks like he experienced everything firsthand. Apparently, he was sent to the island as a boy toy and got played by these industry executives. In fact, his supposed mental illness is actually a front to protect himself so the elites wouldn't end his life. Okay, so this entire mess started a few days ago when Orlando went on an explosive rant right after the Epstein files dropped to accuse Beyonce of having AIDS.
Do you know the things that I have said about people? Yeah, ask yourself why you can't touch me. Why wasn't I dead yesterday, bitch, after I said Beyonce got AIDS? Ask me why I wasn't dead after I said Beyonce got AIDS.
Everyone was shocked by this because Beyonce wasn't even named in the files. So how exactly did she end up there and catch AIDS? Well, that's where Jay-Z comes in. He was accused by one of Epstein's victims of allegedly group essaying her with Harvey Weinstein. And guess what? It's also been rumored that he is Beyonce's handler and that he has allegedly been servicing her to multiple higher-ups in the industry for freak-offs. Apparently, he controls her by keeping her hooked on hard substances, just like Diddy used to do to Cassie. If y'all remember, her ex-bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who suspiciously died right after coming out with everything he knew, explicitly accused Jay of doing this. And not too long ago, a clip of DaBaby's interview with Shannon Sharpe went viral, in which he recalled the time he was invited to a secret meeting at Diddy's house. When he got there, Diddy kicked all the guests out of his house, leaving only him, DaBaby, Beyonce, and Jay-Z to do the you-know-what.
I'll say, man, yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Honestly, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Mm-hmm. Me and, maybe about 15 others,
right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in
right.
at the moment, And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to.
Right.
Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
If Jay-Z had this much control over Beyonce, then who's to say he didn't drag her to Epstein's Island? I'm not accusing him of anything, but this is what the streets are saying. And Orlando's recent claims that she allegedly has AIDS aren't helping her case. And while we are on the topic of Jay-Z servicing people, well, according to Orlando, Rihanna also caught some infections from Jay-Z, and Jay-Z allegedly caught whatever he passed to Rihanna from his time with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Hell, people even did some more digging and found photos of Jay-Z at a Diddy adult party for Diddy's 29th birthday party. Apparently, Rihanna had an affair with Jay-Z, and she ended up catching herpes. These allegations were actually started by Jaguar Wright and Haley Dean, the former assistant of Rihanna's billionaire ex-boyfriend. And baby, it got messy real fast.
Hollywood. Well, she was f***ing my boss and gave my boss chlamydia. He's a prince in Africa, and so he came out here back in 2000. Right before that, they were f***ing around I think she was, I don't know if it was Travis, I don't know who Brianna was, but got dirty and got him dirty.
Understand why people keep talking about that. It was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him the herpes.
Ooh, my.
Like, how did you know what I mean? Like people don't understand what happened that night, and that's because Jay-Z worked so hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most involved with, and that was Sean Carter. So here it is. Chris Brown has his first herpes outbreak from his celebrity girlfriend who he was set up with, and it was supposed to be this and it was supposed to be that, and he was there so people wouldn't pay attention to the fact that she was Jay-Z. Underage. She gets in the car and started fighting on him because he embarrassed her for calling her a d- and saying in front of everybody that she gave him the herpes.
But it wasn't just the people Epstein invited to his little island that caught all these things. Epstein's own medical records show that he also caught multiple STIs. As of testing around 2017, he was positive for herpes simplex virus 2. He also had a history of gonorrhea and other issues including parasites, low testosterone and libido complaints, as well as bladder and prostate concerns. And of course, his victims were not clean either. They were also treated for STIs, given HPV vaccines, and had symptoms consistent with herpes transmission. Anyway, going back to Orlando, he wasn't done dragging these Epstein-infected celebrities just yet. He name-dropped Nicki Minaj as well, and this was shocking because Nicki had been very vocal about the Epstein stuff for a while now. So how did she also catch something if she was never rolling with that side of Hollywood? Well, you see, the thing with Nicki is that she was actually an industry favorite at some point. She was also getting invited to all the parties, getting all the awards until she wasn't of any use to them. It was then that she finally started speaking against them and telling us what these celebrities get up to. Orlando straight up slammed her for allegedly getting run through at these parties and catching an infection that causes her vajayjay to stink. Listen to this, y'all.
You're trying to take away from Nicki. She's the greatest female rapper of all time.
Nicki's pussy's tired. Give your pussy a break. If you understood how much your pussy hates you, you would hate your back because you'd never be friends. And you can see it in her pores.
I look at her and I imagine a water like, if anything.
She's
got it.
She almost for it and was like
Wait,
mad
what?
at me. Yeah, it was
She almost killed you?
Yeah, dog. Like she put me through a lot of bullshit.
Nikki?
Yeah, bro. Her whole team fucked with me bad. Like,
why?
Very annoyed. Like, very annoyed.
Nicki.
Yes.
And remember what I said about these politicians also catching something? Well, we didn't even need Orlando to tell us that, because that tea was spilled with the release of the files. And girl, I'm not gonna lie, I was taken aback because I didn't know these so-called respectable public figures were this freaky till the files dropped. Like Bill Gates. We barely ever hear anything about him, and the first time we do, it's because he's getting exposed for catching an STD while freaking off at Epstein's island. The crazy thing is, when Epstein was initially arrested, many people speculated that he was on the island too, but he launched a whole media campaign to debunk the rumors. Batch was released. He was exposed for not only being on the island, but also catching a nasty STI from one of the Russian girls Epstein serviced him with. And the worst part is, he ended up passing the infection on to Melinda. Now, after this, Melinda was asked about Bill infecting her with that nastiness he contracted, and she blatantly said right out of her mouth that Bill's relationship with Epstein was actually one of the many reasons she left him. And from the sound of it, she found out about the infection exactly when we found out.
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, you know, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
Sad. Just unbelievable sadness.
unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right?
Anyway, moving on. Prince Andrew, or let me say former Prince Andrew, also recently got arrested for his involvement with Epstein. And people are convinced that there is no way he didn't catch anything because he was rolling with Epstein for so long. He attended dinners, parties, and events with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. In fact, in 2010, while Epstein was on house arrest, Andrew repeatedly forwarded confidential documents to him, which included his official trip itineraries to Singapore, Vietnam, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong. Full aid visit reports within minutes of receiving them. Now, when it comes to Orlando Brown, he has also been at this for a while. But just like Jaguar, people called him crazy and dismissed everything he was saying.
That will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, cause man, people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshka smash. You gave me the ooshka smuaf, the smooth smash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You gave me the ooshka smuash. I love it, yo.
He also revealed that the reason why industry elites like Diddy get away is that the parents of the kids he touches on are in on the whole thing and allow it to happen in exchange for a check.
In trafficking and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. I just think that, people just need to realize what they're looking at when they're watching the television. Everything is right in front of you. The revolution was televised and don't nobody give a.
As usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said, boy, you gonna end up sued or unalived. Another person said, they talk about Orlando Brown, but he ain't stupid, and he ain't crazy. He's very smart and intelligent, and I believe everything he said. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Orlando exposing everyone who allegedly got infected at Epstein Island? And do you really think he's only playing crazy so he doesn't become a target? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.